Good morning. This is my view. This morning I decided to come and sit outside and maybe do a little chat video. I forgot my microphone, so hopefully you guys can hear me. I will probably check this in a minute, and if for some reason you couldn't hear me, I will set up the microphone or do a voiceover later. But these are my entertainment. There's Pumpkin in the front and Graham is out in the back, and they are actually calm now eating the grass. They were just losing their minds just a minute ago. But this is my view this morning. And it is about 7:28 a.m. It's actually nice and cool right now. The sun is about over the trees, as you could see just a minute ago there. So once it gets a little higher, I will probably have to move from here because then it'll be hitting me directly in the face. But I have a few day in the life vlogs that I'm working on to put up, and those ones will be probably from, most of them were from last week, and they were just some days that I had when I had an appointment in town and some shopping to do. And then I spent a day with my sister and my dad and my sister's boyfriend and one of his co-workers and friends, and that was in my hometown as well. And then I believe I have another one. Actually, that same one is the one that I have bits and pieces of taking Daisy to the vet. I didn't take my phone in with me the first time, so the short that I did put up is when I went back, when we went back to pick her up. So she's doing okay. They did some blood work and x-rays on her, and she's got I think everything was normal. All of her blood work was normal. She does have some issues with her teeth, but she has some ulcers in her mouth. So we may have to take her back to get her teeth pulled. So we are going to take her to get dental work. But they gave her a mix for her mouth, like a rinse for her mouth, to help her to be able to eat and put on some weight, because she's about 5.5 pounds or so, and they want her at least at 7, which is about where she always was. She was not a very big cat, but she was always about the normal weight for a cat. So we're hoping that will help her, and it did seem to so far. She's able to eat a little better. They did suggest us giving her soft food instead of the hard food. Like, she can have the hard food, but just to kind of let it sit in water for a little bit and get a little softer, so it's a little easier for her to eat, because right now she's always been like a swallow the food kind of kid when we would give her treats or whatever, but I think she's doing that a little bit more now with her regular food. And then so she's not really chewing anything, and then she's not really eating a whole lot, I think is what the deal is, because she was still eating and drinking and, you know, as active as a like about 14 and a half year old would be. I guess she's about 14 and a half now. So, you know, she still goes outside, and they have their little ledge that I think I've shown in a video before. We have that where they can kind of walk around from the side of the cabin to the back, because the older girls don't necessarily like to get all the way down, because when we first moved here, my in-laws had a dog before, and then we had our dog, Samson, that we had before. They were used to him, so he was fine with them, and they would get down, and they would be fine, and you know. But with these dogs, they're not sure still. With Graham, he doesn't really bother them much. He's with them in the cabin and everything, but they want to play with them. The dogs want to play with the cats. They just want to play. They're not doing anything mean or anything like that, or acting mean with them, but they see the cats jump and they want to jump too. So my husband's working on some fencing in a little section so that they can get down with the dogs not able to get in, because they were trying to jump up onto their ledge. I mean, they couldn't get up there, but they were trying. And Pumpkin was a lot smaller then. She's gotten a lot taller since, and so she can reach a little bit better, so we kind of keep them out of there. And today is Wednesday, so I don't have any appointments. This is 1 week that I only had one appointment on Monday and I have one on Saturday, but the rest of the time has been just hanging out at home. So I've got some stuff that I want to do here, working on some videos, doing some editing, and then also doing some decluttering. That's something that's been on my list to do for a while now, and I haven't really gotten to that. And oh, there's some noise. I'll come back on in a minute. Some of our neighbors going off to work, and the dogs love to chase and bark at anybody who passes by. Sometimes the kids from back in the back of our house or on the other side will walk by, and they have to bark at them and run with them all the way up as far as they can. So I will be doing hopefully some decluttering today, and probably take some loads of trash to the dump, just to kind of get everything kind of cleaned up. And since I do have my dad's truck, thank God for my dad and him allowing us to use his truck, it makes things a little bit easier to be able to get to appointments or get some things done that need to be done around here. And so that's going to be our day. I may do some filming of that later. I don't know. It just depends on if I can get everything set up, because to declutter, it's a real small space, as like I said before, so I would have to find a really good spot for the camera in order to do that. But I will try to get that, at least some of that, on camera, and maybe the trip to the dump, just kind of showing some of the area, because it's really nice out here. And oh, and one thing I would like to ask you all for, there is a fire down in Ruidoso, New Mexico, which is about 3.5 hours south of us, but it's really bad. It's, as far as I know, as of what I knew yesterday anyway, it's not contained. And at that time, I believe it was about at 5,000 or over 5,000 acres. They had evacuated the entire town of Ruidoso. They had sent them, I believe they had to go down towards Roswell. So it's really bad. And just, you know, not that long ago in 2022, we had a fire up here closer to us, which that I don't even remember the acreage. It was a lot. It took out so many people's homes and lands in Mora, and that area up there, Gallinas, and a lot of that area out there. And Pecos, the town that is the village that's closest to us, is just on this side of the mountain from that area. So it did creep up to that mountain, and it was threatening to come over. We were on set for a while there to go, just in case, but it never did. It never made it over, thank God. But you know, the people that went through that are still having a really hard time. They're, you know, especially those who have lost their homes, and the land that they lived on is just scorched. We've gone for some rides out in that area, and those places look so different. It's just, we used to go up to Gallinas quite often for a ride, and not too long ago, me, my dad, and my youngest sister went up there, and it does not look the same at all. It's just really sad. And to think that, you know, it's not gonna look the way it did in my lifetime. And that's just like, you know, all those people who have growing up now who have never seen it, it was such a beautiful area, and just so, I used to love to go up there. We used to go camping up there quite often when we were younger. And then as I got older, we used to just go, I'd go up there with friends or family, and we'd have picnics up there and walk along the river. And now it's just so different up there, and I don't know if they have the camping up there open now or not. I know you can go and ride up there, but there's people who still live up there and dealing with all of what's happening. And now that monsoon season is going to start for us really soon here, just pray for those people that have lost so much to these fires and who are threatened with floods now because of it. There's been so much bad flooding up there. Every time there's rain, during the snow, they've had some flooding as well. So just keep these people in prayer. And if there's any prayers that you guys need for things that are going on in your area, let me know and I'll put you guys on my prayer list as well. Really, this just a quick check-in video, just to kind of show you my morning and my morning coffee. I got a cup from my dad because Layla kind of broke my cup. His dog, she wanted to get into my coffee, so this is my new cup, and it's purple, which is perfect. And it's a cup that I believe my mom or dad got from Charlie's Bakery and Cafe in Las Vegas. So it's really cool. So I get to use this one now. So it's coffee and some sitting out in the sunshine time, which is part of my goals for the day, I guess, and just getting out and getting into nature and walking around. And so now it's I'll be calling my dad while I sit out here. I'll probably be moving because it's starting, the sun is starting to hit me right in the face. And I'm surprised that both of the dogs are pretty calm right now that I have the camera on. When I turn it on sometimes, like last night I did do a short walk around, which I'm hoping to put on probably with this video, or maybe I'll leave it as its own. It's just a short one, but they make it so hard to walk around because they both have to be right next to me, and they want to show off by wrestling with each other, and they about threw me down yesterday. And it's, I don't know if you can tell, but if you look, I'm not sure what is going on and why it just didn't, let me see. Oh, there we go. There's kind of like a hill that goes down there in the yard, and there's a lot of that area, like even down this way there's a hill there, and there's gravel in spots. It's mostly like gravel. There is some flat rocks that make up a part of our walkway, but it's still not extremely even, so you got to watch your step. And I tend to be very clumsy, and I've fallen quite a few times out here already. And so I have to really watch my step with these two because they are young still. Pumpkin is about maybe a year or so, and Graham, we're not sure. Like I said in the last video that you'll see probably before this one, he was a rescue. I did kind of tell his story in that one, but we're thinking he's got to be a little over a year as well. So, and they're well behaved for the most part. They're just very hyper, I guess. They just like to jump around. So I've got to learn some methods of training, especially Graham since he's mine, and just training them to listen to me more, because they tend to think I don't know, that I'm playing with them, instead of when I tell them no, not to do something, they just continue. So I've got to find something that I can use to get their attention, I guess, and get them to stop messing around with me, because I can yell at them and they just continuously just wag their tails and think that I'm just, I don't know, I'm just not, I don't have enough authority in my voice for them, I guess, or they just think that they can mess around with me. I don't know, but for the most part they're very good, and they do listen to me for most things. It's just when they get in their wild stage they don't. They tend to run around me too closely and about knock me down. So if you have any suggestions on how to train your dog to just listen to quit what they're doing as long, you know, especially when they're running around like crazy and about throwing you down. Let me know in the comments below. I know there is some videos I've been watching, my husband has been watching, and I believe they were called Wagging Tails or something like that. I watch Lee's channel, which is Little House on the Mountain, and so this other channel it's her husband does videos on different things about dogs, and so maybe I'll look that up as well. But if you have any tried and true methods, let me know in the comments below. If you have any prayer requests, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one, or you'll see them maybe in the next one. All right, God bless you. Bye bye.